I'm just a teenage exocolonist, baby. Wondering if I should start every episode like that with a nice teenage song, replacing other words with exocolonist. What's going on here? It's been a couple days since I recorded the last episode. I adjusted my webcam a little bit, so it's not so much me and then a bunch in my room, since I don't have the setup to show my room right now, really. What are we doing? I don't think anybody wants to talk really right now. Ooh, we got a glittering crystal crystal cluster. Okay. So we're at the start of year 2. I know Mars likes these. I kind of want to save it to give it to her on her birthday, though. Is the depot open yet for me to access? What does the notice board say? Colony food shortfall minus 100%. Colony security rating 0%. Okay. +1 all physical skill increases for 3 months. So I should probably do something with toughness, perception, combat, animals. What increases my perception? Does this? Organizing and perception. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna have to take a break soon. I'm pretty stressed. You show up to the delivery depot bright and early, as most of the colony is still yawning and pawing around for their morning cup of blep tea. Seek is there with a large stack of thin white rectangles. Is that paper? Neat, so nostalgic. Oh shoot, that wasn't rebellious of me. Bad me. Yes. Governor Udicott is quite sentimental when it comes to these things. She even signed each notice by hand. I myself have traded in my hollow palm stylus for a pen. You're to deliver a stack of these reports to every council member in the colony. Seek asks you not to read them. It says it's just boring adult stuff you wouldn't understand anyway. You clutch the papers to your chest and nod. Alright. Paper? The governor's sending messages by paper now? Is this a joke? Tell me this is a joke. You shuffle your feet nervously. Seek seems serious to you. She skims the first page, muttering to herself, and there's sensitive information in here. Of all the superfluous, technophobic, sentimental foolishness, you back quietly away. Next up, the cafeteria. Antecedent takes the notices carefully with both hands. Paper, what a strange idea. And oh, look, Governor Udicott has even signed it. What marvelous handwriting they have. I wonder what I'm supposed to do with this once I'm finished reading it. Throw it in a disassembler? It seems far too precious for that. I need to get a filing cabinet in here. I wonder, I suppose I can recycle it for craft time. Oops. Yeah, sure. Next is expeditions. Tonin meets you outside. He's struggling under the shifting weight of an enormous crate. It appears that whatever is inside wants out. Sorry, Solana, could you just put them down on that bench? I'll take them inside in a minute. Another surveyor overhears and laughs. The governor's sending paper memos now? Is she really that old? What's next? Toilet paper? The moment you put the documents down, a gust of wind picks them back up and they fly everywhere. You snatch for them, but it accidentally drop the rest of the stack you're holding. Scramble to pick them all up, or no, let's not do that. Well, oh, I don't know. This is pointless. You fail to deliver the rest of the notices and subtly make it known how you feel about the pointlessness of delivering messages in person that could have been sent digitally in seconds. You do this by leaving the stacks scattered in puddles of mud. You run off to play instead. Well, I lost some kudos, which is fine. I made up for the lack of rebelliousness earlier. I got a little less stressed and we got a nice little card. One slot card becomes value 2. How do I want to do this? I have 5 cards. Try to put these guys last. How about... Am I better off? I don't know if I'm better off putting this one in the slot that becomes 2 or this one in... I guess it won't matter too much. I think either way. Either way. Or, I don't know. We got the super goal. It's fine. So much has happened in the last month since the monster attack during Glow. The idea of this planet as a peaceful utopia has been shattered. The security squads are training new members and keeping close watch on the gates now. They're reinforcing the walls and even installing a few robotic turrets. In class, you have drills on what to do if the colony is attacked again. In all the excitement, you forgot today was your birthday. Your parents haven't forgotten. They wake you up early with enthusiastic shouts of surprise. A Vertumen year is only a little longer than a year on Earth, so you've taken up its calendar for birthdays. Yours is in the 2nd month of quiet. Spark snow drifts slowly past your porthole window as you snuggle with your dad. Your mom climbs up too and sits on the edge of your bed. Your dad pulls a bowl of fruit from behind his back with a flourish, like a magic trick. At least, you think it's fruit. What are those? Bobber fruit. The foragers have been picking these just outside the walls. They might look funny, but they're tasty. Try one. You take a cautious bite. The pulp is soft and tastes a bit like lemon, only more blue. That sounds delicious. I bet you can't wait to join the surveyors out there, your dad says wistfully. Who knows what else you'll find. Solana is not allowed outside the gates. It's too dangerous for kids. Well, I know, but eventually, your dad says, but your mom cuts him off again. But not now. Not since the attack. Not with everything we know is out there now. Let's not be delusional quite yet. You knew about the monsters. Your parents exchange a heavy look. The surveyors knew there was something dangerous out there we hadn't encountered yet, your mom admits after a guilty silence, but we didn't know it would attack the colony. We thought if we closed the gates and stayed inside, it wouldn't see us as a threat. We didn't want to scare everyone, your dad adds. It was just a precaution. Even still, your mom says, it's clear that everyone should know how to defend themselves if it happens again. To be clear, this includes knowing when to run away, your dad adds. Security Chief Rhett's offering self-defense lessons at the garrison, you know, even for kids. If you're interested, you should drop in sometime. Your mom gives you a stern look. And I know your friend Dis has been sneaking outside the walls, she says grimly. If I catch you doing that, I'm going to put a chip in your ear. What a good joke. Your mom doesn't laugh. I'll do what I want. The argument does not win you any favors with your mother. We're being nice and rebellious. Okay. What is my stress level right now? Do I... How much stress does the security or the defense training? That's 15. I don't want to do that. Maybe I'll do sports ball. I think, and then I'll rest. And then I'll do defense training. Okay. Nobody's birthday's right now, because my birthday's right now. Does anyone want to chat? No. Yeah, let's do some sports ball. You're playing sports ball with Cal, Anemone, Nougat, and a few other kids. Anemone's team is absolutely destroying yours because Cal keeps letting in goals. You'd chalk it up to lack of skill, but you've seen Cal in drills. He's a really good goalie when it's just him versus himself. That's why you picked him. Anemone likes winning at first, but after a few innings, she gets frustrated and stomps over to Cal. It's no fun if you're not trying, she shouts, waving her hands. What's wrong with you? Cal just shrugs and Anemone puffs up her cheeks. Are you going easy on me because we're friends? That's not fair. You gotta do your best. But I'd rather have fun than win, Cal says, shoving his hands in his pockets. I don't mind when other people win. I like it when my friends are happy. I'm not happy. I'm mad. How can I show off how good I am if you're just letting me win? They keep fighting. And everyone on both teams looks at each other awkwardly, wondering if you should keep playing. Bored with the stay of game, Nougat grabs the ball and starts bouncing it on her head. Anteater, she giggles. Bushbub, camel, Dorbsmoth. She says a new animal every time it bounces, making her way through the alphabet. Let's side with Nougat. Nougat is right. Why argue about one game when you can just make up another one that people are happy about? You alternate letters with Nougat until eventually everyone is playing except for Cal and Anemone. They look over and see everyone having fun without them. They look embarrassed as they jog over to join in the new game. We made everybody happy. Okay, card becomes yellow. We should probably do it with this guy. Perfect. Super goal. We got it. Alright, we get to talk to Anemone. This lovely lake quiet. Anemone and Nougat are kicking a huge cloud of dust outside the garrison, passing a sports ball back and forth and chasing each other around. Anemone looks up as you approach and flails excitedly at you. Solana, hey, she says, jumping up and down. Look. She bounces the sports ball on her knees. Look at what Nougat and me are practicing. Anemone bounces the sports ball from one knee to the other a few times before launching it up in the air. She crouches, leaps up after it, and spikes it with her head towards Nougat with a yell. The sports ball thuds into Nougat's chest, sending her sprawling to the dirt. For a second you freeze, waiting for the crying to start. Instead, Nougat shrieks and laughs, clutching the ball as Anemone jumps up and down and pumps her fist dramatically. 4 points for the ball not touching the ground after contact. The crowd goes wild. The Garrison Galaxies win again. Woo! Nougat cups her hands over her mouth, imitating the roar of a crowd. Wow, that's awesome. I know, right? Anemone beams. She stands up straighter and puts her hands on her hips. I'm gonna be just as good as my big bro someday. And Nougat will too. She rubs the back of her hand across her nose, leaving a smear of dirt. Hey, you should come by the sports ball pitch sometime. I can show you some tricks. Anemone and Nougat look at you expectantly. Okay, I will. Yay, great. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Sports ball is my favorite thing on the planet. Maybe even in the whole galaxy. Me too, Nougat yells from where she's still lying down on the ground. She picks herself up and carefully puts the ball down in front of her, then kicks it to an enemy. Did you see that? She kicked the ball with her foot. Nougat's a natural. She's already inventing new ways to play sports ball. Future coach Nougat. Nougat puts her hands on her tiny hips. If you come to practice, you gotta play. She challenges, pointing at you. Nemi says I get to be coach, so it's my rules. You and an enemy both burst out laughing. Nougat is such a little character. Alright. Does anybody else want to talk this month? It doesn't look like it. Do I have Nougat on here? I'm not sure if I had her on my list last time. I feel like it was later in the game that I did. Maybe. Okay, so let's go relax. It's nice to take some time off to chill after all the stress of school and work, not to mention the mental toll of just living on this unpredictable planet. Looks like you're not the only one who needs some downtime. Some of the other kids are also relaxing in the lounge. Cal and Tammy, Mars and Diz, or sit alone on my hollow palm? Let's do, Mars and Diz. Okay, but you do stink. You hear Mars defend herself. It's not my fault that you can't tell. Maybe your nose stopped working, but the rest of us can smell it, and she waves her hand in front of her nose and makes a PU gesture, then turns to you. He smells awful, right, Solana? Stop being so mean, Mars. You stand toe to toe with Mars. She glares at you, then Dis. Ugh, fine, she says, defeated. I'm sorry, Dis. I'm just trying to help. I should have said it in a nicer way. Not everyone in life is going to tell you the truth, you know. I'm not gonna forget anything yet. We're going into the beginning of pollen season. I am feeling nice and relaxed. I don't think... Ooh. I can get some mushwood. I figured out when Tammy's birthday is, didn't I? I did not. I feel like her birthday has gotta be in pollen. Let's try giving her something. Maybe we'll give her a bobber fruit. Oh, what is it? Is it a present? Thank you, I guess. That's really nice of you. Alright. No, that was not her birthday. But yeah, I said I was gonna do defense training, which will give me a combat and animal bonus, which is good. Definitely want to get those started. You attend your first session of Security Chief Rhett's self-defense classes. It's a small class, mostly security officers and other adults. You and Anemone are the only kids. She gives you a wink and a cheesy thumbs up as you listen to Rhett's rant about how everyone in the colony needs to learn self-defense. You could be walking along, thinking you're safe within the walls, and a flying animal could swoop out of the sky. Then what would you do? Rhett chops the air with his hand. I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're gonna chop that beast right in the throat. Hi-ya! He points to the assembled class. But only if you learn what I'm about to teach you. And the only way to learn is by doing. Who wants to volunteer for a demonstration? Me. The The security chief doesn't scare you, or so you pretend. Rhett is like the biggest adult you know, and he's so intense. You step forward, and Rhett nods as he crouches down. Okay, I'm a manticore, stalking you through the forest. What do you do? I'm gonna say that I run away, because there's a smattering of laughter among the other students, but you have to live your truth. If you see a manticore, you're out. Rhett doesn't laugh. That's correct, he says proudly. Only engage with the enemy when there is no other alternative. No one walks away from a fight without getting hurt, so the first rule of self-defense is to not put yourself in situations where you need to fight. Once you've learned situational awareness, we'll move on to hand-to-hand self-defense, drawing on a variety of martial arts. Only when I'm confident that you're ready will we advance to weapons. There aren't that many weapons in the colony, mostly stun guns and batons with a few plas rifles. You hope you don't have to use them, but it'll be good to know how. Well, card gets +1. All cards under 2 become 2. Will this get the bonus, or it's still just 2? Okay. So I shouldn't use it on that. We will... I don't know, what's the best way to do this? Put maybe... Sure. I don't know if there was a bad way to do that round. Can I try and give Tammy a gift again? Nope, it's too soon. What? Is someone's birthday in Pollen? Anemone is dust. Cal is dust. Tang, Dis, and Mars are wet. Yeah. We'll try again with Tammy next month. Should I go out, though? That does bravery and perception. Yeah, why not? Let's sneak out this round. I don't know if I'll sneak out again later this year, but the planet is full of all sorts of bugs. Little wrigglers, hopping beetles, shining creepers, and snaily things. Oh my! You crouch in the long grasses and explore a square meter in great detail. There's so much to see. You don't even know what any of these things are. They might not even have names yet. Let's just watch them. You stare with big eyes at the wonders of the natural world. Alright. Not too much going on there. Getting some more mushwood logs. What's this? Let's see what this is. You spot a suspiciously round, regular mound of dirt. Maybe something is buried there? Could be dangerous though. Let's poke it. You cautiously break off a branch and prod the suspicious mound, watching closely for signs of movement. Nothing. You poke further and discover it's in fact just a regular pile of dirt. Nothing more. Just a regular pile of dirt. Okay. You let your mind wander as you're walking and bumble straight into a field of gelatinous blob grass. Totally transparent, the sticky fronds are hard to see, but even harder to ignore, especially once they start glomming to your boots and slowing you down. It's like trudging through thick mud. You stubbornly decide to keep going, paying close attention to the visible signs of this blob grass field, and there aren't many, just an absence of other vegetation. Let's look for a path through. Let's try this. Let's try this little challenge. Okay. Gonna throw these guys in here. That's a good start. Set neighbors to this value. Take this opportunity. Oh, shoot. Let's not do that. Okay, so I don't want to pair up these red guys. Maybe I will just do all these. Oops. This round, I already hit the goal. Good job. Good job, me. Big super goal. And, I'll just not do that. I don't want to lose a kudos right now. I already hit the super goal. There it is. You can hop along from that rock to that fallen log, then climb over those old pieces of surveying equipment. You get through the villainous blob grass. You spend a bunch of time on it though, and it takes some tricky balancing. It's tiring. Yep. Ooh. We got a red Xeno egg, and let's interact with this guy. Ooh, this is a tough animal challenge. You hear a sad hiccuping sound and follow it to find a sick hop-eye. It's hunched down low, its foot completely nestled under its body and shivering uncontrollably. Its enormous eyes roll around in confusion and fear at your approach. Let's just make it comfortable. I don't think I'm ready to try and take it home. You bring it water cupped in a leaf and put some fronds over it for shade and protection. This is the best you can do for it, the poor thing. You hope it won't get eaten by something, but life is tough out here in the wild. Oh, that was like our boss event, I guess. Oh shoot, did I just say go home? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think I'm gonna get caught here. You crawl through the big drainage pipe behind the sports ball pitch, carefully sliding the metal grate back into place behind you. Then, where perception is not good enough for this. Well, well, well. We've been wondering where you disappeared to, Solana. I sent Utopia out with some survey drones to look for you hours ago. You're lucky your parents have been too busy to notice yet. I should probably tell them. You start to sweat, but maybe you've learned your lesson. No more playing outside the gates, okay? Yeah, whatever would be the more rebellious route, but I'm worried that if I say that, I might be more likely to get caught again. I'm just gonna say I'm sorry, and it's fine, I think. You're finishing breakfast in the common area when Marzipan struts in. Look at you eating cereal, she says, turning her nose up at you. I bet you don't even know what day today is. I do. It's Valentine's Day. No, you dummy. Mars starts, then pauses and gives you a suspicious look. Wait, what did you say? Well, anyway, today is St. Valentine's Day. This and Tammy wander over to hear more. Back on Earth, it was a day when everybody had to give their best friend a gift, especially sweets. And then you put the sweets under your pillow and it makes you dream about who you're going to marry. And there are decorations of hearts and arrows and pigs. Why pigs? Before Mars can answer, Dis snorts. This is dumb. Marzipan just made it up to get free candy. He rolls his eyes and walks away. As he leaves, Mars shouts at his back. Well, nobody was going to pick you anyway. You stink. I know who my best friend will be. Oh, really? Who could it be? She asks playfully. I'm going to tell all the other kids about it, Mars says. So you go around and find your best friend and give them a gift. She points her finger at you. Make sure you do it by the end of the day or it doesn't count. And if too many people want to be my best friend, I'll hold tryouts for the position. It's only fair. She tosses her hair over her shoulder and laughs. Alright, I think we're gonna give this to Anemone. Gosh, we need another break. We could also give it to Dis, but I'm gonna give it to Anemone. Anemone is kicking a sports ball from foot to foot without letting it touch the ground. She fakes like she's going to pass it to you, then kicks it sideways and runs over to catch it before you can get there. Too slow, she giggles. Do you really want to be BFFs with this silly girl? Oh yeah. You offer Anemone some soy sweets. She stuffs one in her cheek, then bumps you with her shoulder so hard you nearly fall over. Sounds cool, she says as you rub her arm. Okay, best friend, tag, you're it. Alright. Can I give Tammy a gift this month? I got you a present. Have a Xeno egg? Oh, you remember my birthday. We got it. We got it this time. Tammy almost doesn't notice you approach. She's bent over her hollow palm, intently taking notes until you get close enough that her ears wiggle and she looks up, surprised. Oh, hello, Solana, she greets you cheerfully. I'm sorry I didn't see you there. You ask her what she's studying. She flushes pink and tugs on her ear. Oh, I'm not studying. I'm making a list of my friend's favorite things. And well, you're my friend, Solana, so what's your favorite color? I hate all colors equally. More? You can pick more. Okay, my actual favorite color is blue, so I'm just gonna go with that. She notes your answer, then asks what your favorite dessert is. Space cake, fresh fruit, soy sweets, spoonfuls of pure sugar. I don't like sweet things. Desert, I prefer the Sahara. That's really funny. I'm gonna go with space cake. I don't know what space cake is like, but I really like cake. Yay, space cake is my favorite too. Okay, last question. What's your favorite toy? Hoverboards? Oh, that's Cal's favorite too. Okay, now I know what to get you for your birthday. I'm gonna ask her what her favorite things are. She likes yellow and dolls, and her favorite sweet is cake. Cool. Is that gonna show up on here? No. I guess I will remember to give her... I can get yellow flower, I can get dolls, I can get cake. I'll just remember that for her. Mars is in a huff. Because you didn't pick her for Valentine's Day? Seems like nobody picked her. She crosses her arms and scowls at you. Why is Anemone so popular all of a sudden? She doesn't even try. All she thinks about is sports ball. Whatever. I'm just too mature for kids my age. The older kids get me, even if you don't. Sorry, Mars. I don't want to ruin our friendship. I feel like I'm messing this up with Mars. Okay. What's this looking like? It's looking like I should... Is there anything other than sports ball that isn't 10 stress? That is 10 stress. School is 10. Babysitting. I don't want to do that though, this playthrough. I'm just gonna do sports ball, I think. Yeah. It's sports ball day, organized by COM, a day devoted to sports ball and sports ball related activities. There are races where you have to bounce a ball on your head or kick it through an obstacle course, and net jumping and even a dunk tank that Rhett and Com volunteer for. And of course, there's a sports ball game at the end. Antecedent brings all the kids from the creche, and the kitchen staff makes soy dogs right on the grill for everyone. Even Dis is here. Com must have done some hardcore convincing to get him to show up at all and actually join in a sports ball game. He's on your team and it's not going great. The flesh is here, but the spirit is clearly rebelling. Dis, get the ball, you skeezy weirdo, Mars yells as the ball sails in his direction. Dis lets it soar over his head and makes an attempt at running for it, but when Anemone gets there first for the opposing team, he just backs away. She grows in victory and fires it into your goal. Mars stomps over to Dis. You didn't even try, she berates him. Why are you even playing if you're not going to do your best? Dis just shrinks away from her, trying to disappear into his baggy clothing. God, I have to keep standing up for Dis. It's fine, Dis mumbles. I don't care about your stupid teams. I don't even want to be here. Com said it would count as school credit for physical and mental wellness. Ah, that explains things. All the more reason for Mars to have some compassion. Is that something I can go to school for? I haven't seen that as an option. Dis stalks off. You see him arguing with Com on the sidelines. Before Com, still dripping from dunk tanks, takes his place on your team. Resume play, he says, blowing his whistle. With Com on your side, you win the game easily. The day ends with a presentation of awards. Rhett and Antecedent present everyone with a participation ribbon. She with a big smile, and he with a barely contained grimace. Rhett pins your ribbon to your chest and addresses you and Mars. You did great out there. I love to see that kind of drive to succeed in our youth. You're both going to be great assets to the colony someday. Mars scoffs and flips her hair over her shoulder, but the security chief continues. If you like winning, you should come talk to me about joining the defense force when you're older. We could use strong people like you. Nearby, you see Antecedent frowning in disapproval. You, Cal, and Anemone volunteered to clean up the sports equipment. While you're putting it away inside, you overhear Rhett and Anne in the middle of an argument. It was completely inappropriate, Antecedent says, sounding, well, more spirited than you've ever heard. You took their innocent fun and turned it into a military recruitment drive. You see it like that, Rhett retorts. But a lot of these sports ball kids, they're exactly the kind of people we want defending the colony. They're team players with dedication. They should know there's a place for them, doing what they're good at. They can't play sports ball forever. But they're only children once, Anne replies. The whole point of being here is to be different from Earth. No more school to military pipeline. These kids aren't doing high school football, hoping for scholarships so they don't have to join the military to go to college. Cal and Anemone look at you in confusion. You don't know what they mean either. What's a college? You put the rest of the equipment away in silence. It's always weird to hear adults arguing, especially council members like Rhett and Anne. Finally, Anemone speaks up. My mom is such a soggy blanket, she mutters. She frets right. It's fine if he's just telling us we're good at stuff. She slams a bunch of hard plastic balls in the recycler. Who doesn't like being told they're good at stuff? Cal puts his armful of ropes and sacks into the recycler. No way, Rhett shouldn't be trying to convince kids to join the defense force. It's not right. Oh god. Like, I don't want to side with the militaristic side, but I also don't want to side against an enemy. You know what? Our friendship is good enough that it can withstand me siding with Anne and Cal. I don't think I lost friendship. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I lost friendship there. You agree with Cal. Rhett isn't just being nice. He's brainwashing kids into choosing to join the defense force. Anemone makes a gross sound with her mouth and crosses her arms. You finish cleaning the equipment room in silence, Cal and Anemone barely look at one another and don't say goodbye when they leave. You're left with the feeling that something between them is changing forever. You're helpless to stop it. I don't like that. They're such good friends and they're losing each other. That was a long story section. Let's see. Card becomes yellow. Let's do... Looks good. Alright, we gotta take a break this month, and we are moving into early dust, which is Anemone's birthday? Yes. Oh shoot. I gave away the stuff for Anemone. The stuff that would have been good for Anemone. Alright, I'm gonna give her a mushwood log. Cool, thanks. I guess it is my birthday this week. I kind of forgot. Okay, we got her that. Dad wants to talk. Dust is such a dry, hot season. Both suns are high in the sky, baking the usual lush Vertumnan jungle. If there's a breeze, it's warm, and you guessed it, dusty. Your parents are up every day before dawn, which comes far too early for your liking. They're usually gone by the time you wake up, and home after you're asleep, so you have to visit them at work if you want to see them. Good morning, Gooseberry. Your dad greets you cheerily. Have you come to see the harvest? Your mom and I are gathering crops from actual Vertumnan dirt this week. Sure, that sounds neat. He shows you around the rows of corn and beans from Earth. They all look a little yellow and scraggly, not what you'd expected, but your dad enthusiastically points out the vegetables ready to harvest. Don't forget, the Vertumnalia Festival is coming up. There will be a talent show and a science fair. I'm sure you're eager to participate, Solana. Oh boy, which one will I participate in this year? Hold this to your head, my darling, now. Hold this to your head now, my darling. You hear as you enter the garden looking for Cal. It'll help with the swelling. Cal is sitting with his mother, Auntie Tira, who kneels beside him holding an ice pack to his head. Cal's eyes are a little puffy. He rubs them and sniffs as you approach. Hello, Solana. Don't worry, Recalcitrance is, just took a tumble off something he shouldn't have been climbing. It wasn't that bad. Sounds like something he would do. I climbed it before and it was fine. It was slippery from the irrigation misters, that's all. Mom always knows how to make it better, he says with a boyish smile, even if I'm old enough to take care of myself. My brave boy, Tira says, stroking his hair. Thanks for humoring me. She looks over to you. Don't let him show off for you, Solana. Ground-based feats of bravery only for the rest of the day. Cal whines and wrinkles his nose. Tira laughs and wraps him in a big motherly hug, rocking him back and forth. Despite his protests, Cal's eyes close in happiness. He really loves his mom. Whew. Okay, I gotta rest this month. I still think I can only rest in one place. Wait. No. Mushlog. So yeah, let's go ahead and rest. Can't chat with anyone. Everywhere is hot this time of year, but at least indoors there's shade and some modicum of climate control. It's not a lot, but it helps. When you get bored of Watato juice, you amuse yourself by coming up with juice cocktails with fancy names and even fancier presentation. The younger kids really appreciate the half-frozen slushy version. Aw. Relaxing. Oh no, we're not. Those are not good cards to forget. It's time once more for Vertumnalia. The mood of the colony has been muted this year, ever since the attack during Glow, though everything is still cheerfully decorated and the feast table is still heavy with food, mostly soy rations. This Virtunalia just feels different in a way you can't describe. The colonists gather in the square for Governor Udicot's speech. What a year Virtumna has given us, the governor begins in her weedy voice. I stand before you, so proud of everything the colony has accomplished in such a short time. I have always hoped that we would bring with us the best facets of humanity, cooperation, resilience, and creativity, and the events of this year have given me no reason to doubt my convictions. These creatures were unexpected, but I urge everyone to consider what it means for life here. If Virtumna can sustain megafauna, then that means conditions are good for us as well. Our friends in geoponics are already working on the logistics of domesticating the wildlife. Your dad, as second cultivator, stands and gives a sheepish wave to the crowd. There's a smattering of applause. Mars elbows you. Hey, did you hear? My dad says Udicot's gonna announce the depot's open to the public. You shoot her a questioning look and she rolls her eyes. You know, shopping? Somewhere to spend all the kudos we've been saving up? There's gonna be candy and toys and makeup and nice smelling soap, not the boring kind in the communal showers. You know the concept of shopping. They do it in the Holovitz for Earth, especially the ones Mars likes, but you've never actually done it. The colony provides everything you need. But it would be nice to buy yourself a treat. My dad's give me an allowance, Mars says, shooting you a look of pity. It's too bad your parents make you work for yours. You and Mars tune back into the speeches just as Udicot, as predicted, announces the opening of the general store at the depot. Mars gives you a knowing look as she claps. Udicot gestures for the council members to stand. Finally, the council remains unchanged from last year. We are, as always, proud to serve you and the colony as your government. The music starts up as Governor Udicot finishes. Thank you for all your hard work and your perseverance this year. Together, we will build the future. The crowd disperses and sets up for the annual Virtunalia Games. Just like last year, there's a talent show, a science fair, and bot wrestling, now with an obstacle course. Which one do you participate in this year? Let's do bot wrestling. Ugh. Anemone and Cal join you for the bot wrestling biathlon. So called because Com has added a hologram obstacle course this year. Competitors will each get a turn to wrestle a hydraulic bot, trying to keep it closed for as long as possible. This time, though, all competitors will first have to sprint across the festival grounds, dodging and leaping over obstacles. Each obstacle triggered will subtract from your time. Alright, let's do this. 1, 2, 3. Set neighbors to this value. 1, 2, 3, 4. Guess it doesn't matter too much here. 1, 2, 3. We'll just lose this time. Ugh, I lost the kudos for that. Really? Because I was defeated? Oof, you really weren't prepared for those obstacles. In the end, even Cal has a better time than you. Not that he cares, of course. He just wanted to have fun. He helps you dust yourself off after the bot throws you to the dirt. Anemone wins by a large margin. She does a victory dance on top of the bot, cheering until Com grabs her around the waist and carries her around on his shoulders. After the festivities are over, everyone takes time off for a much-needed break. Mars organizes a water fight that takes over the whole colony, even the adults. It brightens everyone's spirits, even in the thick heat of dust. You end up on top of the western wall with this, launching water-filled poof shrooms down on an unsuspecting anemone and the sports ball court below. The walls seem like a neat place to hang out and relax, much quieter than the lounge if you're looking for some solitude. Alright, new place to relax. Not that we need to relax right now. We are plenty relaxed. I don't know if maybe it wasn't a good idea to relax at that time since it was the festival. Although I don't know. I think I had to. I don't think I could have done anything else. What are we gonna do? I feel like I should go to school a little bit. We'll just do some humanities. Get my persuasion up a little bit. You're bringing supplies to medbay when you see something unusual. Tangent curled up on a bench, her head pillowed on a rolled up lab coat. She's fast asleep. You stop and stare. You never see Tang sleeping. She's always so busy. You're surprised she even has time to nap. You turn to leave her in peace when you bump into an anemone. What? Whoa, Anemone says. She hardly ever sleeps, like just a couple of hours a night. Is she sick or something? You look back at Tangent, snoozing peacefully. I'm so jealous of her genetic enhancement. She hardly needs to sleep at all. She probably stayed up all night studying for this morning's history test. There was a test? Me, I flunked it, Anemone says matter-of-factly. No biggie, though. If I didn't have to sleep, I'd probably play games instead of studying anyway. Tang's hollow palm beeps a soft alarm. She sits up and stretches, looking totally refreshed and alert. She sees you watching her and looks annoyed. Just a power nap, she says, no reason to gawk. Alright. What do I want to do here? I'll throw this one out because we're going to use the one with the gem. Oh, I guess we just have 5. Shoot. The set neighbors. Actually, I'm going to start with the red guys. Yeah. Perfect. Super goal. I usually don't really bother trying to get the kudos bonus for hitting the exact goal. I've always felt like I've had plenty of kudos. That does remind me, I should be able to go shop now. Visit the supply depot. I'm gonna buy some of these guys. Do I want to buy a cake? I'm not gonna buy a cake. I'm gonna buy the animal book though. So I think this one is a gear. We need a perk to unlock that. But yeah, we can... They'll just get added to things, to the challenges. Yeah. Okay. Anemone wants to talk. You find Anemone in the sports ball bleachers, intently focused on her hollow palm. She looks frustrated by whatever is on it. Whoa, are you actually studying? Ditch that. Yeah, let's play Whoa. Haha, very funny, Solana. No, I'm not studying, because sports ball superstars don't need to be brainiacs. I don't know what to get Calm for his birthday, she grumbles. I have to top last year when I made up a sports ball trophy and gave it to him. I'm just running out of ideas, you know. He'd appreciate something from the heart. Yeah, you're probably right. I just don't know. I just don't want to get him a little kid gift, you know, like how Mom taught us to make stuff with macaroni and glue. Or how Tammy always gives people weird dolls. What's up with that? The problem is, I'm not good at that stuff. What's something I can do that's easy, but still cool? The picture of the two of you? As long as I don't put macaroni on the frame. But yeah, that's nice. He'll probably move out of the family quarters soon, and that way he'll have the picture of us to take with him. Oh, I have the perfect picture too. Thanks, Solana. This is a great idea. Hey, Squirt, what are you doing up there? You look down at the pitch where Calm is standing with a sports ball under his arm and an easy smile. Is this knucklehead bothering you? Calm, Solana is my friend. We're just talking. Calm drops the sports ball to the ground and rolls it under his heel. I'm getting the team together to run some drills. She can come too. Sure, I could use the practice. Anemone cheers and scampers down the bleachers, launching herself into a full body hug with Calm. You follow her descent more cautiously, listening to her chatter with Calm about her day as they walk together across the pitch. She really loves her big brother. Aw, that's sweet. So I went to school. What do I want to improve? I think I want to improve my animal. This will be combat too, but I'm mostly interested in increasing my animal skill. You run into Cal and Anemone on the hill behind the garrison at a small construction site. They seem to be throwing logs. There are a bunch of them lying at the bottom of the hill. It's a caver toss, Anemone shouts to you, then grunts with the effort of lifting a 6-meter-long mush tree pole. She throws it like a javelin down the hill and sprints after it. My best record, she shouts and ties a piece of caution tape to the end of the pole. Your turn next, Cal says, pointing to a neatly stacked pile of construction poles beside you. From the looks of the nearby construction, they are probably destined to be a new lookout tower someday. I'm going to choose a thicker, heavier one. Challenge mode. Wee-oo, wee-oo. Cal makes a noise like a siren. He shouts down to an enemy. Solana's going to throw a big one, so you better get out of the landing zone. The pole isn't actually that heavy, but its length makes it hard to balance. You struggle to get underneath it with your knees bent. This is going to be tough. Oh boy. Toughness challenge. Let's do this. +1 for each gem. Let's not do that. Let's do... This is not going to be a lot of points, but... Ooh. This will be good, I think. 1... 3... 4... 5? Yeah, we won. The pole sails down the hill past all the other poles, coming to rest sticking out of the ground. Wow, you beat my best distance, Anemone says when she jogs back up. Players can't beat each other in mushwood toss, Cal corrects her. They can only beat their own high scores. But you get 2. No, 3 bonus points if it sticks out of the ground like that. You play for the rest of the afternoon, adding rules and variations as you go. You don't stop until the entire stack of poles are in a jumble at the bottom of the hill and decorated festively with caution tape. It's a wonder you got away with this. Alright. It's early wet now. Extra card draw? Draw an extra card at the start of a challenge. Okay, cool. Little perk for getting bravery, I guess. I think that was my first... Yeah, that was my first perk of the game. Early wet is... Tang and... No, is... Mars. Finally, a chance to improve our friendship. Cool. Nobody wants to talk right now? What is my I think my animal score has got to be 20. Yeah. do? Like, yeah, I guess I'm not too concerned about going to school or not. Let me just do some more toughness things. What happens if I do this? Okay. I do want to improve my perception, definitely. It's gonna be a little sneakier. Does this work on... This does new boss event spawned. Ooh. Yes, let's do it. Let's sneak out this month. Okay. New Xeno egg. Oh, did I just mess this up? I forgot to gift. Oh well. I forgot to give gifts to my friends. They'll be fine. I guess this is the boss event. You hear screams from just over the next bluff. Human screams. You crest the bluff to see Tammy's father, Chief Surveyor Tonin. He's being attacked by something you've never seen before. A four-legged creature with a huge mane of flowers, a mean reptilian face, and two wicked claws. What is this? A manticore? You've heard of fierce creatures like this outside the walls, but you never expected to ever see one up close. What is one doing so close to the colony? Uncle Tonin is pinned under one of the creature's pointed legs. He's struggling to get free, but the manticore keeps dancing around like it's playing with its food. You can hear it from here, growling and clicking its mandibles. But you snuck out. If you try to help, he's gonna know you snuck out. And your parents are going to be so mad if they find you here. Panic rises in your chest. How could you even help him? It's a huge deadly monster. Oh boy. Try to distract it? Oh no. You hide behind a tree and throw a rock at it. It bounces harmlessly off the manticore's flank and clatters to the ground. The manticore is undisturbed, which is more than you can say about yourself. Uncle Tonin shouts in pain. You're running out of time. Oh man. Oh man. Oh, we're gonna fight it. Okay. This is not a terrible... This is definitely not the worst. Yeah, we did really well that first round, so I think we're gonna be okay. Yeah, we already won, so not too concerned here. Oh shoot. Yes. Super goal. Done. You break through the tree line, yelling your battle cry. The manticore looks up from terrorizing Tonin and decides you could use a bit of terrorizing yourself. It roars, a deep, angry sound you can feel liquefy your guts. With literally nothing on you except the few rocks you could pick up from the clearing, you manage to piss off the ferocious manticore enough that it decides to go after you instead. Or maybe it just thinks it'll pick off the smaller, more tender prey before coming back for the main course. Either way, it leaps off of Uncle Tonin and starts toward you. As you're about to engage with it in the most one-sided battle of your young life, you smell the crackle of ozone in the air, and the manticore howls in pain. Uncle Tonin, you must have distracted the manticore long enough for him to get to his plas rifle. The manticore turns and flees, but you run over to Uncle Tonin's side. Solana, I don't know why you're out here. but I'm glad to see you. Together you managed to limp him back to the gates. He'll be fine after an afternoon in a medbed, which is a relief, but you're even more relieved when you don't get in trouble for sneaking out. You don't know what he told your mother, but it was a miracle that you weren't grounded for life. Yay! We did a good thing. Chief Surveyor Tonin has come to your quarters to personally thank you for saving him from the Manticore. Ever since he returned, Tammy's barely let him out of her sight. She stammers out her thanks as well. If it weren't for you, she'd be an orphan. They both owe you a great debt. I'm stepping down as Chief Surveyor, Uncle Tonin says. I think it's about time I take up a job inside the colony walls. I wasn't built for life outside a ship, I think. He squeezes Tammy's hand. Someone like Utopia has the youthful reflexes to stay safe out there in the jungle. She'll do great out there as the new Chief Surveyor. For that matter, so would you, he continues. I know you weren't supposed to be out there, but I would have died if you weren't. It has to count for something. When Utopia offers you a spot in expeditions, you should take her up on it. Ah, shucks. Aw shucks. Let's say aw shucks. Tammy presents you with a basket of cookies. She's written thank you on each one in flowery writing. Ooh, lots of kudos. It was important to me, he says. Because of you, I'll be around to see my little girl grow up. I see both of them this playthrough. Okay. Mid-wet, Dis wants to talk. You slip through the colony gates, feeling the breeze from the mushroom forest ruffle your head. You look around for Dis, but he's nowhere to be found. Scene. Maybe he went to class today? Probably not. As you're about to return to the colony, you hear what sounds like crying coming from one of the expedition vehicles. You pull back the tarp that keeps it from being blanketed with fungal spores and find Dis curled up in the cabin. He wipes his eyes and turns away. Go away, he mutters. I think last time I said, are you okay? What happens if I say, what's up, crybaby? Ugh. Dis wipes his eyes. Why don't you go ask my sister, he mumbles. Tang is so mature. She knows everything. I'm just a sensitive little crybaby who doesn't know anything. Dis wraps his arms around his legs and hides his face in his knees. I hate her, he mutters. Everyone thinks she's so smart, but she's just a big meanie. I hate everyone here. I hate being here. I just want to be left alone. Aw, Dis. Probably just should've, well, probably should've went with the other one. Even though I think that's what I said before. Why am I just running around in circles? Do we want to go... Did I already do the bravery thing? Oh, yes, I did. Oh, poor Dis. Can I give you a mushroom log? You'll find something to do with it. Do you have anything to say? Give you a mush log too. Why not? Since I missed your birthdays. Wait, no, I didn't miss your birthdays. Your birthdays are late. What? Shoot, did I just mess it up? Oh. This is Utopia. Whoa there, Scamp. They'd kill me if I let you out of the colony. Sorry, kiddo. You'll have to wait till you're old enough. I know it's hard. Okay. That was just so you could see Utopia. And now I don't know what I want to do for the rest. Let's, I guess we can do some self-defense training, because I do want to get that animals bonus. I want to get toughness too, but There are other things we can do to get better toughness. I think sports ball is more bravery. Part of self-defense is training your body so that it can be ready for any situation. The security chief has you running laps, jumping through tires, climbing walls, and sprinting back and forth. He has this inverted anti-gravity pad that makes your limbs feel super heavy. When you do jumping jacks on it, and then you do them again in normal gravity, it feels like you could jump straight back up through the wormhole. Oh boy. It's exhausting, but not that different than sports ball training. Gains a work in these muscles? This is great. It feels good that Rhett actually challenges your body and encourages you to achieve peak condition. Card gets +1. Uh-oh. +2 or -2 to neighboring social cards. So I don't know if maybe we just won't use. What happens if I don't use? Oh, we're fine. We're good. We got the super goal. Ooh, we're almost at the end of the year. Can I give you a present? Happy birthday! And also this. Happy birthday! Did I get a plus animal for that? I feel like it doesn't feel like I did, but doing well with toughness and bravery. Where do I get the perk? At 30? Maybe not. We're at 30. Maybe it's at 33, a third of the top. This will get me some kudos, friendship with Cal, and some extra toughness, so I might do that. I kind of want to buy some cake. For fun. I think this gives me toughness too if I deliver supplies. Oh, nope, just kidding. It doesn't. Organizing and perception. Persuasion? Persuasion? I always have to recheck them. Perception. Let's just do this. I'd like to get some that toughness. Plus we haven't done this before. It's your first day in the glorious world of agricultural soil conveyance. Good morning, Solana. Looks like you're working for your old lady. I hope you don't expect me to go easy on you just because you're my daughter. She walks you around the geoponics wing and points out where everything is. Your job is to move sod, compost, plants, garden waste, and equipment from one place to another. Get comfortable with this, she says, pushing a squeaky old-fashioned wheelbarrow towards you. Now, any questions before you start moving that dirt? Where do I move it again? From over there to there. She sees your confusion. We had some very precious soil from Earth on the ship, full of all the nutrients and bugs and bacteria our plants need to grow, but it was lost in an accident. Now we have to make more from scratch using bitumen soil. This is part of the process. Don't we have machines for this? The construction crews have already claimed all the hover lifts, but they'll break down in a few years, and we don't have the materials to fix them. We're planet side now. Use your muscles. Nature's hydraulic pistons. Why not use hydroponics? On the ship we grew most of our plants with their roots in the water, and it's true it's more hygienic that way. Mom replies. She brushes an insect off her arm, which lets out a loud squeak of objection. But hydroponic systems use too much energy. Here we have to grow as much as we can the old-fashioned way. Let's get some work. Nice and exhausted. One card gets +1. Let's give you a little boost there. Oh yeah, look at all those 4s. We're quite stressed. Did I get extra stressed this month? Oh man. Time to finish up the year. Got a glittering crystal cluster. Not everybody is out during glow. I think we saw that last year though. Anemone's out. What do you gotta say? Your mom gives you a stern look. Be careful. Now that we know for a fact that it isn't safe out there during glow, I won't have you venturing close to the walls. Stay where I can see you, close to the ship. How's our stress level? 79. Okay, so toughness is at 36 now and we don't have a perk. So I'm actually not sure how you unlock them. I think I'm just gonna go study humanities this month. Unless maybe I should, you know what, let's go ahead and do life sciences. We'll get reasoning, and it'll be okay to have a little bit of biology. For today's lesson, we'll start with a fun group project. You'll be studying the mush tree, a prominent natural resource native to Vertumna. In the ideal conditions, it can grow at a speed of over 1 meter a day and add a diameter of up to 30 centimeters. He stands on his tiptoes and gestures to illustrate. Your team will experiment to find these ideal conditions. You're teamed up with Tang and Cal and are given a mush tree spore and a bucket to grow it in. The rest is up to you. Tang looks up surveyor's notes on the HoloNet. Mush trees are most abundant south of the colony in the stormy, moist regions of the subaqueous swamp. What if we use water instead of soil, like they do with hydroponics? If they like wet weather, that might work. Solana, do you have any suggestions? What happens if we... I think last time I put it under a bright grow light, which is not a good idea. Let's run an electric current through it. What? Solana, how does that have any basis in reality? She looks to Cal for support and he just shrugs, but he doesn't look convinced either. Neither understand why you'd want to electrocute a plant. You explain that there are storms in the swamp, electrical storms, and maybe somehow that, well, maybe Solana is right. Tang nods slowly. It could make sense, and if it is true, we'd be the first ones to discover it. This is enough to entice Tang into most things. You attach a small battery to run a weak current through your bucket of water and drop the spore in. By the next morning, your spore is the only one already growing. By the end of the day, it's already 1/2 meter tall. And the day after that, it's so huge it hits the ceiling. You have to move it outside. Your tree outpaces all the others by a long shot. At the end of the week, Tang proudly displays an edit to the surveyor's HoloNet notes. Shows rapid growth when stimulated with a mild electric current as discovered by our junior botanists. Random card locked in one spot. Okay. All strength cards under 2 become 2 plus 2 during... Okay, I'm gonna do this, and this, and this, and this. And we win. Ooh, alright guys, it is time to see what happens. It's been a quiet glow, but the grim, surreal darkness of the season reminds you of last year's violence. As the month wears on, you overhear arguments at dinner, adults worrying that an attack is still coming, and others who think the first one was a fluke. Surveyors mention seeing new tracks in the forest, but are shushed so people don't panic. The gates are closed. You drill emergency procedures, filing soundlessly from the classroom to the creche, to hide under tables, waiting for the sirens to call the all clear. You drill and prepare and worry, but nothing happens. Then, just as glow is starting to wane, the toxic purple spill of the wormhole fading as the suns almost rise past the horizon again, the sirens start. You're reading a hollow novel in bed when you hear them, followed by the stomp of boots down the hallway outside your quarters. An alert flashes on your hollow palm. Shelter in the creche. This is not a drill. You get another message from your dad. Me and Mom are going to stay in the greenhouses. We're safe. Just follow Auntie Anne to the creche and wait for us, okay? Don't worry. We're way more prepared. What did it say? Than we were last year. Love you. Stay safe. You could go to the creche where you belong, or you could follow the security guards and see what's happening at the gates. Just as you peek out your head out the door, you're struck by a horrible premonition. Someone's in danger in engineering. You blink and shake your head, but the feeling persists. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's go take this from a past life. You don't know what compels you to go to engineering. It's nowhere near the walls, and the corridors are quiet as you approach. You burst into the classroom to find Professor Hal cornered by a small, chittering thing. It's moving too fast to tell what it is. Every time Hal tries to get it around to flee, it climbs up the walls and keeps jumping at him. He's fending it off with a tablet, but he's getting tired. As you watch, the thing leaps at his throat and tears a chunk out of him. Hal screams in pain and crumbles to the ground. You must gasp because the thing turns to you and lunges. Oh god. Cool. I'm scared. Strength card becomes 2. Set neighbors to is that what I want? I guess that this is fine. Ooh. Okay, just need to score 13. +1 for each gem on other cards. We're gonna do this. And this. And we win. What's gonna happen though? I feel like I'm gonna get injured still. It's impossible to hit the thing. It's so fast. It's like a smear at the edge of your vision. What you do manage to do though is lure it outside the classroom and get Congruence to slam the door shut. You hear it beating against the door as you run to Hal's side. Congruence guides you how to hold the pressure to Hal's throat to stop the bleeding, but stars, there's blood everywhere. Eventually, the doors open and Chief Engineer Instance runs in, directing some of the security team to load Hal into a stretcher and take him to medbay. There's no sign of the creature. She surveys the carnage. Good work, Solana, she says grimly. You might just have saved Hal's life. Her shoulders droop. They must have crawled over the walls. Buggers. You return to your quarters. Your parents are horrified to see you covered in blood, relieved when you say it's not yours, then horrified all over again when you tell them about Professor Hal. Your dad checks his hollow palm and tells you they got him to medbed quickly enough that his injuries should heal in a few weeks. You saved Professor Hal's life. We saved another life today. Alright. Well, we've gotten through another year of I was a teenage exocolonist, so this is where I'm going to wrap this video. I feel like this year was pretty fun. I got to save a couple characters, got to do a lot of new things, and I'm looking forward to the next year. I'm looking a little I'm a little stressed. I definitely need to get some rest in. But yeah, we will start age 12 next time, so make sure you come back for that, and thanks for watching.